At 2:13 a.m., one mosquito enters your bedroom. By 2:14, your relationship has become a hostage negotiation. You can spend the night slapping yourself like your body owes you money, or you can give the mosquito a better offer, specifically your partner. I'm Mr. Q, and tonight we are not killing mosquitoes. We are doing target redistribution. The mission is simple. Make your partner easier to detect, easier to smell, easier to see, and generally more appealing to a tiny flying blood critic. Then make yourself the apartment with bad reviews, aggressive management, and a suspicious plant by the bed. 4 upgrades for your partner. Then we deal with you. Upgrade 1. Breathing. A mosquito hunting in the dark is mostly working off your exhale. Carbon dioxide rolls off a sleeping human in a slow, invisible plume. And to a mosquito, that plume is a lit sign at the end of an empty street. Stronger plume, louder sign. So if your partner is sitting peacefully on the couch, breathing like a normal mammal, that is inefficient. Get them moving. Vacuuming, mopping, carrying laundry, scrubbing the kitchen like the security deposit is due in 12 minutes. More activity, heavier breathing. Heavier breathing, more CO2. And from the mosquito's perspective, your partner has just upgraded from possible mammal to grand opening. This is the rare household strategy where chore distribution, cardio, and betrayal can share one spreadsheet. Of course, this may require negotiation. If they refuse, do not argue. Upgrade 2 is easier anyway. Smell. Mosquitoes have an absurdly good sense of smell and can pick a human out of the air from tens of meters away. They tend to favor the body odor of athletes and of heavier people. More lactic acid, more heat, more general output. And then there's beer. In more than one study, volunteers became measurably more attractive to mosquitoes after drinking a beer. Nobody is fully sure why. The effect just keeps showing up. So suddenly, beer is no longer beer. One beer is infrastructure. The second is logistics. The third is foreign policy. You hand your partner a cold one and say, "I thought you'd earned this," which is technically supportive. You simply do not mention the committee waiting to evaluate the results. And it is a committee of women, by the way. Only female mosquitoes bite. The males are outside, drinking flower juice, contributing nothing. If you're thinking, Mr. Q, buying someone a beer purely to improve mosquito targeting seems morally questionable, congratulations. Your conscience still has Wi-Fi. Upgrade 3. Visibility. Here's the part most people get backwards. A mosquito doesn't care what you're wearing until it smells you breathing. Odor comes first. Vision is the second stage of the hunt. But once that CO2 hits, the outfit suddenly matters a lot. In one set of experiments, mosquitoes that had just caught a whiff of CO2 flew straight toward red, orange, and black, and completely ignored green, blue, and white. They also love strong contrast. A checkerboard beats a flat color. So buy your partner a red and black plaid shirt. Not because it looks good. Because apparently your relationship now has a dress code, sponsored by the food chain. You wear white, they wear red and black. You stand next to each other at dusk, looking like before and after photos for mosquito marketing. If your partner asks why you bought the shirt, say, "I thought this color would bring out your eyes." Do not specify whose eyes. Upgrade 4. Fragrance. Not perfume, not cologne, socks. In wind tunnel experiments, researchers have hung up a single worn sock and released mosquitoes downstream. The mosquitoes go straight for it. And it gets worse. In one famous study, a malaria mosquito turned out to be about equally interested in human feet and in Limburger cheese. Because the bacteria that make the cheese smell like that are close relatives of the bacteria living on your feet. That is not an insult to the cheese. Human civilization built satellites, particle accelerators, and artificial intelligence. And somewhere, a mosquito is screaming, "Forget all that! Who has been wearing the same sock since Tuesday?"
So if your partner does not change their socks, this may not be a hygiene failure. This may be defensive architecture. Do not shame them. Stand back. Respect the perimeter. That's 4 upgrades. Your partner is now breathing hard, 1 beer in, dressed in red and black plaid, and aging socks like artisanal cheese. Which, as we just established, is not a metaphor. You could stop there. That would be amateur behavior. Because making your partner attractive only solves half the problem. The cleaner strategy is to make yourself professionally annoying. Scientists tested this by giving mosquitoes a mechanical jolt, roughly the shock wave of a near miss when a human takes a swing at them, while a specific human scent was in the air. Here's the part that matters. The mosquitoes did not learn to avoid the jolt. They learned to avoid the person. That individual smell got blacklisted for about a day, which means your nightly panic slapping may have a career path. When a mosquito comes near you, fight back. Wave, swat. Make the air around you feel like the mosquito accidentally booked a flight through a thunderstorm. Then look at your partner,
lying there perfectly still. 1 customer, 2 restaurants. One has a cold beer and a plaid tablecloth. The other has a 1-star review and a ceiling fan operated by rage. There's also a lazier version of the same idea. Mosquitoes sleep, somewhere around 16 to 19 hours a day, which is the sleep schedule of a house cat with no mortgage. And a sleep-deprived mosquito goes sluggish and loses interest in dinner. So don't wait for it to chase you. Chase it. Turn the bedroom into the world's smallest unpaid night shift. Your partner will ask why you're sprinting around at 1 a.m., hunting a mosquito that hasn't bitten anyone yet. Tell them you're protecting the relationship. Technically, from your side of it. Now the honest part. None of these cues is a magical bite this person button. Not one of them. The whole scheme only works because it stacks. Breath, smell, color, contrast, a blacklisted scent, a tired insect. Each one tilts the odds a little, and the pile does the rest.
That is why 2 people can lie in the same room and have completely different mosquito experiences. One wakes up untouched. The other wakes up looking like they lost an argument with bubble wrap, which is exactly why you put 1 more thing on the pile. Catnip. It contains a compound called nipetolactone, and mosquitoes want nothing to do with it. By bedtime, the room has become a very specific kind of science project. Your partner is the CO2 beacon, in red plaid, 1 beer deep, next to socks that have developed voting rights. You are dressed in white, swatting like an air traffic emergency, standing near catnip. This is no longer a bedroom. This is a controlled experiment with shared rent. So the next time your partner says, "Mosquitoes always bite me and never you," do not smile. Do not look at the plaid shirt you bought them. Do not look at the empty bottle. Do not look at the socks. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love also knows exactly where the catnip is. Subscribe before your partner sees this.